from the Portland Sports Arena, this is Portland Wrestling.
Well, hello, Portland wrestling fans. This is your host, Bill Munsell, and I'm doing a special documentary. My good friend Dutch Savage, who passed away a few years ago, and before he died, I did a documentary on him and the history of Portland wrestling. And today, in his honor and the anniversary of his death, I decided to put together some clips of some of the best work that he has done as far as what we can find on a video, thanks to a few people out there that recorded a lot of the Portland wrestling shows. There's some 8mm footage we'll be showing of some real rare clips of Dutch wrestling down in the Bay Area as a heel. A lot of people saw him as a hero in Portland. He was a 16-time champion, a big mainstay in the Portland area towards the end of his career. And so not much is found in the early 70s. It's pretty rare. When I was a young man in the early 70s, late 60s, early 70s, when we first got cable, we were able to pick up Portland wrestling. One of the top babyface wrestlers, as you call it. One of them was Dutch Savage, and there was a few others. My first matches I ever saw was with Stephen Little Bear and his feud with Cowboy Frankie Lane. Not the midget wrestler, but there was two Cowboy Lanes. There was the midget, and then there was the tougher one. So week after week, I saw that, and it was interesting how Stephen was always getting beat by this cowboy. And finally, they came down to a strap match versus street boots. He had street cowboy boots. Well, one of the guys that bailed Stephen out was Dutch, and they became a tag team for quite some time. And then Stephen left the area. I don't recall where Stephen Little Bear went. Then Dutch later on teamed up with Jimmy Superfly Snuka, and they were tag team champions for quite some time. Of course, along the way was the feuds between Apache Bull Ramus, and you'll be seeing some footage of that coming up. So I'm going to show a few of those things, and then in between times, you will see some 8mm footage. It's kind of grainy. It's kind of hard to watch. They're very short, but it's the earliest stuff that I could find. And if anybody else knows any footage other than that, I heard there was some footage down in Los Angeles where Dutch used to wrestle some of the battle royals down there and stuff like that before he came to Portland. Without further ado, here is the best of Dutch Savage that I could find.
You did a real good job of holding the Sheik back. He really looked like he wanted to pick up that glove. Sheik, I'm not going to call you an Arab because I respect Arabs. I'm going to call you a skinny, pencil-necked idiot geek. How's that sound? You come over here, you try to buffalo these people by telling them you're tough. You're not tough. When the tough gets going, Jimmy Snuka, Dutch Savage, Jesse Ventura, we know where to take it to you, Jerry Oates. We don't have to use little things in our boots, but I got something that I can use that's perfectly legitimate. I'll put it on the pole. All it is, a hunk of steel, right, Frank? That's all it is, a hunk of steel. Right across my knuckles, I'll stick it on that pole out there. You take that boot, and you come in the ring with me. You load both boots. But if I get my hands on this thing, you can kiss your mother goodbye.
Tonight.
Anyway, that's what's going on tonight, folks. We got a big match with the Sheik. I've thrown the gauntlet. He's picked it up. He uses some sort of a gimmick in that boot of his. I don't know what it is, but I intend to put an end to it tonight. You people don't like blood. You don't like to see a guy crippled up or hurt. I think you ought to leave the theater for the simple reason that it's going to get kind of rangy. And I, for one, don't like losers' money. And I definitely don't like the Sheik, and I've never lost one of these. And if I happen to maim him or make a vegetable out of him for the rest of his life, that's his own tough luck. And that's about all I got to say. What remains to be seen now is what's going to happen in the ring. So I'm going to stick it up in the pole and see who the best man is. Thank you.
Shut up,
Okay, here is a short clip of Dutch down in the Bay Area where he went after Johnny Eagle. And you see him, there's looks like a arm tie up, hip toss. And that's about it. Now, here is Pat Patterson versus Dutch Savage. There's a little bit more footage of this. And this is what Dutch was when he was a heel. As you can see, he's going to throw him in the corner, stomping the boots in the corner. Dutch was well named. He was Dutch Savage, and he was a savage in the ring. And of course, when he couldn't get away with it, he did cower in the corner. But there were times when they just went head to head. Pat Patterson was a pretty tough opponent for Dutch, as you can tell. Ooh, he fell down there and up against the ropes there. Oh, got him in an arm bar. Dutch with that wild hair. Ooh, kicked him right in the guts. He got him in the chest and a punch to the forehead and turnbuckle treatment. Oh, and Dutch falls over. Oh, a drop kick, and Dutch goes out of the ring. All right, so Pat Patterson won that round. Second round, this is the best 2 out of 3. And okay, body slam. Okay, Pat's getting up to the top rope, but he was caught by Dutch, and he was thrown to the mat. Oh, now Pat is got him reeling there. Now Dutch has got him in a headlock. Now a hip toss by Pat Patterson, and Pat Patterson jumps in. Ooh, and then a slingshot into the corner turnbuckle, and Dutch flips out of the ring. Back in the ring, we got a headlock, and Dutch counters it with the head toss. And there's a figure 4. He got out of the figure 4. Dutch has got him in the corner, and he's beating the tar out of him. And bang. Dutch is just ruthless. I think he won that round. Now, Patterson is fighting back, and Dutch is staggering, and he's staggering. And he got him down. And another head toss. And off of the ropes, and forgot what that's got. He got the referee, but Dutch is so nice. He decided to help the referee to get up, and he got, boy. Pat just got him from behind. And Pat run that round. So Pat Patterson won the best out of 2 or 3, and Dutch was not happy. He did not like losers' money. He's complaining to the referee, and he just knew he's not going to get anywhere. And Dutch is just shaking his head, and now he's arguing with the referee again. And Dutch is not happy with the whole situation.
We're not backing off from nowhere.
Okay, Dutch Savage. Savage swinging away with a chair.
You know, that young man has to watch his back a little more.
When television was in its infancy, the thing that really got it going super big was Milton Berle and the Texaco Hour, years and years ago. Ed Sullivan, the Gillette Cavalcade of Sports, and professional wrestling, which was syndicated nationwide then. Over the years, football made us smart, basketball made us smart, baseball made us smart, rollerball made us smart, wrist wrestling, tobogganing, water skiing, etc., etc., etc. And the thing that really got it started has been pushed down the drain. A lot of people say, well, it ruins the credibility of the station. It's a funny thing. Last year, if it's ruined the credibility of the stations throughout the United States of America, and the FCC is down on it now because they say it's too violent. Oh, my goodness. What were 39 million people doing, paying good, hard money to go to an arena and watch a professional wrestling match take place? Now, this isn't just stuff I'm pulling out of the air. Time, Newsweek, and Business Magazine documented this. It's fact and figure. 39 million people paid to watch a wrestling match last year. So if we're too violent,
I wonder what baseball, football, basketball, hockey, hit them over the head with the sticks, kick them in the groin, and all that other stuff is if we're too violent. This is our profession. People can scoff at it, they can admire it, they can love it, they can hate it. This is what we do for a living. I protect my business and my living any way I possibly can. You could fire 1,000 bad questions at us. Well, is wrestling phony? No, it's not. Are the matches preordained? No, they are not. And you can do this with all the football fans in the world and say, yes, it is. But you try that with a wrestling fan, and you're going to have a fight in the middle of the street.
Here now is a special look of Andre the Giant and Peter Maivia versus Dutch Savage and the Masked Marauder. I'm not quite sure who the Masked Marauder was, but there's some good. It's grainy, and there goes the Masked Marauder. There's Peter Maivia. He's going to take Dutch and sling him to the ropes there, and over. Oh, poor Dutch and Peter Maivia. They were good friends. That was before the tattoos. And there's Dutch being worked over by Andre the Giant. Oh, he's almost over the ropes, and slingshot right into the fist of Andre the Giant. And he goes down. Oh, now he's just sitting there. Oh, and he ran into his partner, the Masked Marauder. And the Masked Marauder goes down, and it looks like now Dutch is trying to help. These are going really fast here. It looks like a bear hug from
a man who is making a habit of winning the heavyweight championship in the Northwest, holding the title for the 16th time, Dutch Savage.
This is yours, folks. That's what it's all about. I just saw you had a jewelry commercial on ahead of this, and all the jewels in the world won't buy what this will give you. This is symbolic of heavyweight supremacy in the Pacific Northwest, the Pacific Northwest Heavyweight Championship, and currently, right now, I've got it, and I'm damn proud of it, and I want all these people to know it. Incidentally, Frank, a lot of these people out here in the audience, our own studio audience here, and the television audience in 12 land all over Oregon and Washington don't realize the amount of shut-ins we have at home that can't make it down, the older people and the people that are in convalescent homes, and my mother can't come down from Washington to see it. So to all of you people out there, I've had it now for about 4 months. I'm really super proud of it. I hope I can hang on to it in a manner which it should be held. And I will defend it against anybody at any time in any given situation. All they have to do is ink the line, not talk about it. They have to ink the line. Incidentally, you didn't know every time a championship is put up, there's a $2,000 check that goes along with it from the individual that is participating in the match, my opponent. And that's the guarantee that he won't back out of it. And I have to put up $2,000 to guarantee I won't back out of it. But that's the way it goes with the Pacific Northwest Heavyweight Championship. You got Ed Wiskowski, you got Buddy Rose, you got Sam Bass, you've got John Anson, Gino Hernandez, Matty Suzuki, Coco Samoa, my partner Lonnie Main, Jimmy Snuka's coming back, Mark Hanna's coming in, Skip the young black sensation, and Skip, where do you see him? He's fantastic. Now, I'm going to tell you something. You look anywhere else in the United States of America today, and if you can find any better talent in any other area of the United States, I'll kiss your nose in Main Street and give you 5 hours to draw a crowd. This is where it's at. Channel 12, Portland Wrestling. Watch it every week, every Saturday night, and God bless all of you. Thank you. Thank you.
That is the Dutchman. Whew. I tell you, 16 times that he has won that title. 16 times. A record, of course, in the Pacific Northwest. The World Heavyweight Championship. Won 6 times by Lou Thez. That's one of the greatest records ever, and of course is 16 times by one man in the Pacific Northwest is some kind of record throughout, and that Northwest Heavyweight Championship belt has become one of the most cherished in the world to win. It didn't always used to be that way. It started about 10-15 years ago, building up to that. Now it's one of the top ones. And as I tuck in my cord, the Flying Dutchman, Dutch Savage.
I've got news for Playboy Buddy Rose, and it's this with Ed Wiskowski. Now, I don't know what the outcome of the match is going to be tonight. Personally, I think that Lonnie's going to kick what he says out of Rose quite amicably. If there's anything left of him, there's a street fight coming Tuesday night. Now, you people have never seen a street fight before, and you've never seen Lonnie Main involved in one. Lonnie Main, some of you people have been around here 8 or 9 years, recollect years ago Lonnie Main invented the street fight. It was invented right here in Portland, Oregon. Lonnie Main has never lost one. But the only thing I'm in fear of is Maine crippling up Rose so badly and putting him in the hospital so long that I won't get a shot at the little rat. Friday night, my title has been held up by the Eugene Athletic Commission in Eugene, and Bass and I are wrestling for it Friday night. Incidentally, Lonnie's doing me a favor. We seem to forget about Sam Bass and John Anson. Lonnie's going to be chained with an 8-foot chain to Sam Bass in Eugene come Friday night, and I intend to get my title back if I can keep that jerk from stabbing me in the back. We've got big shows coming up in Seattle. We're going to be in Portland. You mentioned Salem. You can mention Kennewick, Sumner, Washington, Everett, Washington. But number one in everybody's mind here tonight, how do you like this new mic gimmick, folks? You can finally hear what we're saying up here, right? Well, you can thank Don and Elton Owens for this because they're responsible. Tuesday night, is Lonnie Main going to get down? Is he going to get down on Funny Road? You better believe it. Tuesday night, Frank. I've used up my allocated time, and I want to thank our very handsome floor director who never gets any recognition. Look at him standing over there. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, he's the boss. He doesn't need recollection.
Gino Hernandez and 3 other guys, and we're going to sit out there and make sure you don't get involved in the match.
Well, Savage. Uh-oh. Savage got Wiskowski. Lonnie Main unloaded on him. Savage held him. Lonnie hit, and he's headed for the dressing room.
If Wiskowski tries to get involved, he's going to get thrown out of the building Tuesday night. Come on, Lonnie, get back in there and bust him up.
All right, Lonnie's heading back for the ring. We'll head back to the studio via videotape for this word from Tom Peters.
So I hope you enjoyed a little bit of some of the old Dutch Savage back in the day when he was well known as the Savage, Dutch Savage. And so this tribute goes out to his daughter, Mitzi Stewart, who lives up in Vancouver, Washington, where she lives with her family. And also like the gentleman who sold me the shirt. His name is Kirby. Thanks, Kirby. It brings back memories. I always wanted one of these shirts. And so I ordered one a while back. And let me know if you like me to do more of these, because I have a whole collection thanks to Mr. Peterson, who got his footage from the one and only Playboy Buddy Rose when they had one of those old, I can't remember the type of recording machine that he had. As a matter of fact, this is a screenshot back here of one of Buddy Rose's recordings. Was it Jerry Peterson or Jerry Patterson? I'm sorry, who has tons and tons of footage, and I'll put in the not in the comments, but in the description, where you can get some of this footage. Some of it's been cleaned up, some rare stuff. Some of it's hard to watch, some of it's good. And so I hope you enjoy this, and thanks for watching.